Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? So if you're with me last week, then you know that having done some recent TikToks and YouTube shorts talking about drawing characters walking and running, that we drew Super Mario and a few walking poses. This week, I was looking to build on that a bit and came across a great running pose of Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer coming towards us, so I decided we'd go with that. Not only do we have a challenging pose with the left leg and foot coming at us and the right bending back, we have two challenging hand poses, we have some challenging clothing issues, and that's on top of the always challenging issues in drawing an anime face like Tanjiro's. It should be a lot of fun. Before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. Alright, so let's draw Tanjiro from Demon Slayer in a running pose. We're going to be drawing Tanjiro step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw him again and again. If you watch any of my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. In this drawing, Tanjiro is just over 5 heads tall. In other words, however tall his head is, his entire body is just over 5 of those. One other thing to think about. Tanjiro wears clothing that obscures his arms and legs. You'll notice that when I start, I don't start by drawing his clothes. I will start by roughing out a simple representation of his actual arms and legs, and then, in a sense, dress him. Watch for that in this first step. I do this to get a feel for the character's proportions and pose. It's much harder to do if you go right into drawing the wide clothes that he wears on his legs. Okay, so let's lay out the roadmap for Tanjiro Kamado running towards us. So there's a roadmap for Tanjiro in a running pose. Now we're on to step 2. In this step we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the third and final step, you want to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me to know where to put Tanjiro's facial features and some of the other things. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing. So you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. Okay? So let's rough out our Tanjiro running pose. Okay, so there are the roughed out features of Tanjiro running. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for that final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw in the final details of our Tanjiro running pose. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work to figure that out. As I often say, I want you to be present. What I mean by that is you don't want to just mindlessly retrace over the lines you've already drawn. As you're drawing that final line, you want to be thinking how to improve it and staying vigilant until the very end. Okay? So let's draw the details of Tanjiro Kamado running towards us. And that's how you do it. There he is from Demon Slayer, Tanjiro Kamado in a running pose. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn Tanjiro in any pose, let alone in this running pose, you cannot expect to have drawn him perfectly. This is not an easy drawing. You'll notice I don't spend time coloring him during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing Tanjiro Kamado in a running pose. And with that, you can draw him again and again. And by all means, color him when you're done. I promise each time you draw him, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. So I'd love to see your drawing of Tanjiro. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram, and don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you enjoyed today's challenging drawing of Tanjiro. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.